Today we're going to talk about one of the most powerful tools and at the same time simplest tools for life transformation. And my name is Lana from Om Studio, and we're going to talk about deep inquiry journaling. It's a very simple tool that all you need for it is a journal and a pen. So I have our journal from Om Studio here, but any journal will do. But first let me tell you why I consider this tool incredibly powerful and simple at the same time, and how does it help you to transform your life. In the past, we used to need, people used all kinds of different tools and practices to help them connect to God, to life, to some kind of higher power, to their higher self, whatever you want to call that higher entity. We used religion, of course. We used prayer. Some people like going to those places of power, right? Tibet, Peru. We used substances like mushrooms, and we used all kinds of tools and ultimately all of them helped us connect to our higher selves, to our to that power that is higher than who we are here right now, and point us in the direction that we need to go, help us expand our consciousness so that we can transform our lives and evolve ourselves. But I firmly believe, and a lot of spiritual teachers believe, that in this new world that we live in right now, we really don't need those tools anymore. We have direct access to our higher selves. And I believe that journaling is that simple tool that lets us have a dialogue with our higher selves, with life, with God, with that divine power, whatever you want to call it again. It is simple because you can, all you need is time that is dedicated just for yourself. So what kind of questions can you ask? It could be any kind of questions. Anything that you want to ask. Imagine that you're talking to a friend. Your higher self is your friend. And what questions do you want to ask them? Usually two core questions, and there are many variations of those two core questions, are: what do I truly want? And who am I? What are my gifts? What is my life purpose? Where am I going? Those are the two core questions and their variations. But of course you could ask questions about every area of your life. For example, in my relationships, what do I truly want in my relationships? In my career or my self-realization, what do I truly want? What is my next step? In your health, for example, or your spirituality, how do I want that area to evolve? What is my next step in that area? And you will hear the answers. It takes practice. It takes learning. There is a small learning curve to listen and to trust that you will hear the answers from your higher self, but you will hear them. Basically, the idea that I would like to convey to you is that you really don't need any complicated tools or practices to start transforming your life. You don't need, you really don't need anything too complex. You don't need to go to a special place. You don't need to engage in some kind of complicated practice before you can start growing and evolving, and before you will see some changes. All you need is time and space. You really don't even need a journal. But journal is great because when you put your reflections and the answers that you hear, the questions and the answers that you hear on paper, it integrates them. It makes it so much more real. But really, you don't even need a journal. All you need is the space and the trust, the faith that you can have a dialogue with your higher self. And you can start that dialogue anytime. Your higher self is always available to listen to you, to provide answers for you, to provide guidance, to support you. And all you need is the trust, the space, and asking questions. Start asking questions. Once you hear your answers, write them down. Writing things down also helps you to go back to, to go through your journal and to see the progress, to see how things are changing. It also really helps to write down the your desires, your core desires. What do I truly want? This is one of the core questions that we discussed. What do I truly want in my relationships? What do I truly want in my self-realization? What do I truly want in my friendships, in my adventures, in my creativity, in my creative expression? Write down those answers, and then I promise you, a month later or a year later, when you go back and you look at your answers, you will see that a big chunk of those things came true for you. And the things that did not come true, you probably misinterpreted the answer that you heard. It probably was the desire that was coming not truly from your higher self, but was coming from your mind. But the more you do this practice, the more you ask questions and try to listen for the answers, the more you will start differentiating between the answers that come from your higher self, from your soul, from life, and the answers that come from your mind. The mind is usually very conditioned. It's very conditioned by the society, by people around you. So the answers that come from the mind usually sound a little bit flat, and they don't help you feel energized. There's no life energy in those answers. So it's mostly like, I want a new house. The answer from your higher self will sound more like, I really want to live in a place that inspires me, for example, a place where I can create memories with my family. It will be more nuanced, it will be more detailed, and there will be a lot of energy in those answers. So over time, as you're doing this practice, as you're learning to differentiate between the answers that come from your mind and from your higher self, you will right away clearly see what desires are truly the desires that you want, what goals are the goals that you truly want, and what goals maybe you shouldn't be pursuing. Ultimately, the message of this video is for you to allocate time and space. I really recommend doing it daily, but it could be weekly. Start once a week. Start maybe twice a week, once a week. Allocate 15, 30 minutes, an hour would be ideal, to ask your higher self some questions that you are interested to hear answers to. If you can't think of any questions right now, just start with what are my next steps? Right now, the time of the new year is the great time to think of what is next year is going to be about for me. What does my higher self want this next year to be about for me? And yeah, just start doing it. Journal, pen, and time and space to start a dialogue with yourself. And I created a meditation. You just need to click here. That will help you to start sensing into your higher self, sensing into the energies of the new year. And that's just a little help for you to start that dialogue, especially now, when we are in the beginning of the new year. Especially now, you can start that practice. You can listen to the meditation and then write down your insights in your journal. And on January 13th, if you're in Atlanta area, please come to Om Studio for our Vision 2024 workshop. It's a workshop where we'll be doing lots of deep inquiry journaling. I will be giving you lots of interesting prompts and exercises to help you connect to your higher self and craft a vision for your next year that is authentic, that truly comes from your heart and soul. If you have any questions, please leave them below. We are happy to answer any questions you might have. Also, if you have any suggestions of what kind of content you would like to see on this channel, this is our new YouTube channel, please leave a comment below and let us know. And also, happy holidays, happy new year, and I wish you, we all here at Om Studio wish this year to be a year where you came closer to realizing your dreams, came closer to realizing your purpose. Thank you.